what is one of your scariest moments of like? I mean, I know there's an adrenaline rush.
Okay.
But scary.
That's great.
Scary.
That's great. Anytime, first of all, that's what I loved about doing PI work to begin with, was the adrenaline rush. Anytime one of my claimants or my subjects became active, it's go time. And that's when, because you're sitting there for hours and hours and hours, and nothing's happening. You're snoozing, you're going to sleep, trying not to go to sleep. And then all of a sudden, boom, they're active and it's go time. And that adrenaline rush from when it becomes go time till you're finished working that case, it doesn't stop after that. I love that. What was the question before that though?
Okay. Scary.
Yeah. Scary.
Okay. Like where you fear for your life. Type scary.
Sure. So I might have mentioned this story in another trailer, but when I first started working cases for mom, when I was 16 years old, they were collections cases where people had a mortgage that was 3 or 4 months behind, and I had to go out into the field and act as a bill collector, basically tell them that I was a representative of such and such company and I was here to collect the debt. Those were the official words. And those were some weird cases. Mom made it sound simple to me because she's like, Chris, you go there, you knock on the door, you ask them for a payment. It doesn't matter how much you get, just get something if you can. And if you can't, just document it and make sure you take a picture of the residence whenever you get there. That way we can get paid. I was like, okay, I got it. So I go to whatever that town is, south of Tuscaloosa one day. It was Demopolis, Alabama. And it was out in the country, and I had to go knock on this guy's door. I parked the car and I get out. I walk up to his door, I knock on his door, I tell him who I am, and he looked at me like I was crazy. Here I am, a 16-year-old kid, and I'm sitting here acting like I'm a representative of some mortgage company, asking for some kind of payment on his mortgage that's past due 3 or 4 months. He just kind of laughed at me. He goes, you're not going to be getting anything from me. And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm just asking you if I can have some type of payment. He reaches behind the front door, pulls out a huge freaking shotgun and points it right at my face, cocks it, and is holding it right up to my face. He goes, you won't be getting anything from me.
Oh.
I say, like, I'm 16. I'm 16 years old. I'm having a shotgun pulled on me. So I hold my hands up immediately and I start walking back, and I kind of had a shit-eating grin on my face. Like, F you, F you, F you. I got in the car. I was scared as hell. I called Mom. I said, Mom, what do I do? This guy just pulled a shotgun on me. She goes, go down to the sheriff's department, tell them what happened. And she was like, did you get a picture of the house showing that you were there? I was like, no. She's like, go to the sheriff's department, tell them what happened, and see if they'll help you or escort you back up to the property so you can get your picture. I went down to the sheriff's department. I told them about what happened. I said, hey, I need to do this. This is what happened. He pulled a gun on me, and they were like, okay, well, come on. So they gave me an escort back up to his property. They go up to his front door, knock on his door. I'm sitting in my car, or standing next to my car out in the street with my camera, sitting there shooting video and taking pictures. The whole time he's sitting there just giving me the bird, saying F you, blah, 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 blah. He made a huge scene. And
How old was this guy?
This guy's, I was 16. He was in his 40s, I'm sure.
Was he big or
nah, he was
burly
he was a redneck African-American male out in the country. You know.
Sure.
Yeah. Use your own judgment there. It was one of those types of people. So I remembered I'd never had a gun pulled on me. And that was the very first time I'd ever had a gun pulled on me. As time went by over the years, I had multiple guns pulled on me, and I was even shot at. And I noticed the difference from the first time that I had a gun pulled on me compared to the last time I had a gun pulled on me. And the difference was, the first time I was scared. I'm like, yo, okay, no problem. Compared to the last time I had a gun pulled on me, I was sitting in a parking lot of a church doing surveillance. The guy lived a half mile down the road. Like, I'm just not doing anything. I'm not bothering anybody. This man came up to me. He pulled into the parking lot and came right up to my vehicle and had a gun in his hand. Got out of his vehicle like he was walking up to like shoot me execution style. I remember thinking about it because it happened so fast like that, and I immediately thought, this is it. And it wasn't it, because he hesitated when he was talking to me, and when he hesitated, I knew he wasn't going to pull the trigger, and that alone pissed me off. It pissed me off so much. It made me so mad, because I'd had that done to me before, and they say if you pull a gun on somebody, you better be prepared to use it. And so I knew he wasn't going to use it because he hesitated when he walked up to me, and it pissed me off.